Using gradients and progressive blur can really bring your design to life. Gradients add depth and make flat surfaces feel more dynamic, while blur creates a soft, smooth look and adds a nice sense of depth. And in today's tutorial, we'll explore different ways to use progressive blur and smooth gradients to create soft, sophisticated designs and turn them into interactive experiences in Hana. Designs that you can easily embed into your web project, no coding needed. We'll begin with a simple example. First, let's create an ellipse. Make sure it's placed inside the frame. Let's resize it a bit and align it so it's perfectly centered. Now let's add a gradient to our ellipse. In the Fill section, click on Color to expand the options. Here, you'll see you can not only choose a solid color but also upload an image or add a gradient. Click here to continue editing the colors and properties. You can also adjust the opacity level here. In the ramp and color sections, you can adjust the gradient stops, add new ones, or change the order. Under Type, you'll find options like linear, radial, and polar. We'll keep it set to linear. You can choose the blending type, smooth for a softer, more diffused look, or use linear for a more consistent gradient. We'll stick with linear here and start tweaking the colors of the gradient. Just click here and now pick the colors you prefer. Let's look for an aquamarine green tone here. You can also set a specific hex code for more precision. Now let's click on the other stop to pick a second contrasting color. You can click on the ramp if you'd like to add more gradient stops. To delete a stop, simply select it and click Delete. You can also drag these nodes to change the gradient direction. And right next to the ramp, you'll find the reverse option that lets you flip the gradient points. Let's adjust it like this. And we can even add a gradient to the background. Simply select the frame and in the same fill section, choose the gradient option. We'll keep it linear again and adjust the direction like this. Click on Color and use the dropper tool to select the same tones we used before. Now click here to select the second color. You can now fine-tune the distance and position of your gradients here. Now let's add a blur effect. Select the ellipse, add a new effect by clicking here, and choose Layer Blur. This will give your design a nice soft and dreamy look. Click here to modify the blur settings. You can choose between Uniform Blur, which applies the same blur across the entire shape, and here you can adjust the blur level. The higher the value, the more blurred and dreamy the shape will look. Or choose Progressive, which lets you control the direction, start, and end point of the blur. Now let's bring our design to life by adding a simple mouse hover interaction. Select the ellipse. Add a new state. In this new state, we'll slightly enlarge our shape like this. This way, the shape changes size when the cursor hovers over it. Let's also adjust the rotation in the state to 180 degrees so it not only grows but also rotates. Now, as you can see, the blur remains in place across states. But we can change that by adjusting the layer blur settings in each state. We'll keep it this way in the base state, and in the new state, we'll click and move the blur nodes to a different direction. Now, when switching states, we see a rotation and a directional change in the blur. Next, we'll add an event by clicking here. Select Mouse Hover. Now click Transition. Our target will be the ellipse, the shape we're triggering with this event. Let's transition from base state to state. Here, set the duration to 1 second, and let's use the spring animation type for a nice bounce effect. Now if we click preview, we can see a simple animation that blends gradients, blur, and background for a soft, elegant result. It's super quick and easy to create. Let's create a blur effect over text that follows the cursor. Just place a rectangle shape over your text. Set its opacity to 0%. Now add an effect and select background blur. This will give you a blurred look over the text. Click into settings to choose uniform or progressive blur. We'll select progressive, and in this case, set the direction to horizontal. You can also click here to fine-tune the position settings. Now we just add a Look At event to the rectangle that's sitting on top of our text. You can leave the default settings, and in preview, you'll see how the blur follows your cursor over the text, a really subtle but dynamic effect. You can also add another element like an ellipse and give it a follow event to make it follow the cursor for an extra detail. You can animate your gradients and text to create looping animations like this one. Here we've created a loop where the gradient order shifts and the text spacing changes. To do this, simply tweak the ramp in each state. In this case, in the base state, the blue is in the center with pink tones at the gradient stops on the edges. Meanwhile, in the other state, it's the opposite. The pink is in the center and the edges fade into blue. For the text, just adjust the spacing value between states to create the illusion of the letters spreading apart. To loop it, use a start event, create a transition, and set the loop to infinite and the cycle to ping pong. Create another start event for the background with the frame as the target and set it the same way, and just like that, you've got a clean, effective animated loop using gradients. In this last example, we're using an ellipse again with a linear gradient and contrasting tones. Add a Look At event, set the damping to 40, and choose Y as the direction. This creates a simple rotation effect that follows your cursor movement. Then we add a second ellipse, same color as the background, to make it look like the center is hollow. This one also uses a Look At event, but with damping set to 1. At first, it may seem like nothing happens, but the magic happens when we apply a layer blur to the second shape using progressive blur with the blur start set to 100. For the first ellipse with the gradient, we also add a layer blur with blur start set to 60 and a different direction, horizontal this time. Now in preview, when we move the cursor, we get a smooth, subtle rotation with layered blur effects, a visually rich result from very simple steps. You can also use these effects to add simple details like a soft edge blur to shapes, and even add animated interactions to give your designs and presentations a more lively touch. And that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful as a starting point to bring blur, smooth gradients, and interactivity into your designs using Hana, all in real time. See you in the next tutorial.